All right. Hello and welcome to the Boney Life, where we make the kitchen and the garden quick and easy while we add a little dash of life into the mix. I'm Corey Boney, and today it's time for another live stream update. Had a few MIAs for a little while, had a lot of life involved, it had a lot of work involved, but we're back on schedule Tuesday 7 p.m. And basically today we're just going to do a recap of where I've been, what I've been doing. And we've got a little news articles in the traditional format to include as well. But for the majority of the episode, it's just going to be kind of just catching everyone up on what I've been doing and what else been going on. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. And let's see what's in the news this week. All right. Get everything squared away real quick. Right. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. This is a news article about horticulture in Australia and U.S. relations. So, grower-owned Australian R&D corporation Hort Innovation has signed an historic cooperative research deal with the University of California, Davis. Priorities likely to include smart farming, pollination, food science, and a PhD exchange student program. In a release, Hort Innovations highlighted that a 2-year research and information sharing agreement signed on April 25th would help boost Australia's 9.3 billion Australian dollars horticulture industry. Hort Innovation CEO John Lloyd said that the university's College of Agriculture and Environmental Science had an international research reputation and a wealth of transferable knowledge applying to key issues in Australian agriculture. Quote, with a research investment spend of more than 780 million Australian dollars per year, the faculty that is stacked with academic award winners and a wealth of other accolades of research excellence in UC Davis is the ideal institution. I think I missed something there. UC Davis is the ideal institution with which to partner, Lloyd said. In return, UC Davis will get the opportunity to work with the leading Australian research providers through Hort Innovation to build its knowledge and share resources to tackle some of the biggest issues our country faces in art and agriculture. So that's pretty cool, pretty neat. Oh, hey, Geeky Gardens. Well, thanks. Glad to be back. Glad to have everyone here again. Back on schedule, but glad to see you're here as well. Hope you enjoy this evening. But yeah, so basically, we got UC Davis and an Australian company, Hort Innovations, working together to try to make smarter farming and smarter pollination and just all in all, just be smarter in how we grow things as a society, which is pretty cool. Hopefully, we'll see more of that in the future. And I think we will, honestly, because I think we're seeing a lot more focus into sustainable farming, for one, and then also just, I think there's more, I see more of a trend of the urban gardening movement. It's gaining more popularity. I think a lot of that's just there's more resources in the world. It's easier to get into. People are starting to baby steps with just maybe growing a tomato plant or a pepper plant, which is how I got started. And yeah, it's starting to snowball. So I think it's really cool that research deals like this are going to work together and hopefully make some breakthroughs. So anyway, that's the only news article I have that I found. I tried to find some other stuff, but that's the only one that really stuck out to me. So we're going to go straight into the live segment, the catch-up, the recap, if you will, of what all I've been up to for these past few weeks. And man, it was pretty busy. A lot of fun. I took some time off from work, and I had a lot of friends come in town for the NFL draft, which was in Dallas, Texas, actually in Arlington, Texas, at Cowboy Stadium. And they are majority from Ohio, although they're kind of around the United States. They all flew in for the draft, and for the weekend, we had a ton of fun. And we started off, everyone got in on Thursday, flew into DFW Airport, and we stayed in the stockyards at Fort Worth. If you're not familiar, it's old Cattle Drive area, real historic district in Texas. So we stayed down, and it's not really Fort Worth downtown, but we stayed in the stockyards. It was a lot of fun there too. Went to the NFL draft. We tried to get inside the draft. We weren't able to do that. Actually got tickets for the next day, but we weren't staying for the entire draft. So basically, if you didn't have tickets for the inside, we were around on the outside. They had these big jumbotrons to broadcast the NFL draft. It was a really cool setup. You saw the Hall of Fame inductees for this year's. Their busts were all there for people to see, which was really cool. And yeah, we kind of stayed behind the booth. Troy Aikman was like, I don't know, maybe like 20 feet away doing the broadcast, which is pretty cool as well. Watched a lot of him growing up as a young kid. But yeah, the biggest thing is that the Denver Broncos drafted Bradley Chubb, which I did not think was going to be possible at pick 5, but they did, and I was ecstatic. To go on the opposite side of Von Miller, I think it's going to be incredible. This isn't a sports show, but I am a huge Denver Bronco fan, and I could not believe that he fell all the way to number 5 in the NFL draft. A lot of people said that he was going to be, any other year he'd be a number 1 overall, and he went all the way down to 5. My friends who are the Browns fans, they drafted Baker Mayfield, which is kind of a gamble, especially with their history of QBs, but time will tell. We'll have to see how it all pans out. I wish them the best, and they know that is sincere. My friends that know me. So anyway, after that, we got our draft picks. We didn't stay for the entire first round. We were all of our picks were in the first top 5. We went back to Fort Worth, went down to the stockyards, had a blast. We came back down I-35 later the next day, and we had a crawfish boil, which is I'm almost done doing the video. I need to do the actual audio portion. I took a lot of B-roll of the crawfish boil, and it's going to be the next major video that I'm doing. It's how to do a crawfish boil, which I love crawfish. I love red potatoes, the corn, the sausage, the crawfish themselves. We put these baby bell mushrooms in there as well, which is always a fan favorite. Not always at every crawfish boil, but they were really, really fun. Don't be a little... Laddie 047, it may or may not be one of the Ohio friends that came down, and obviously he's a strong supporter of Baker, so well, we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, back to the boil. I also smoked a brisket, which I thought was going to be overkill. I mean, we had we had 75 pounds of crawfish that we boiled, and I did I don't know, actually all my friends that were from out of town, I had a competition who could pick the best brisket. I picked the winner. Luckily, my friend Brian, who's actually from Texas, picked a really, really good brisket. We did that. It was like an 11-pound brisket. I thought it was going to be overkill, but I purposely started the brisket around 9, so that'd be ready around 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and it was destroyed. Everyone loved it as well. It was a great time. We had friends, family, and that's what it's all about. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, a video will come. Hopefully, I'm shooting for the end of this weekend. I'm gonna try to do the audio portions of it tomorrow and the next day, and then slice it all together and have a video out at the end of the week on how to do a crawfish boil, which they're very fun. Never had one? Find some friends that do them, or maybe go down to New Orleans and get you some. But they are awesome. But in other news. So while we went to the NFL draft, my wife decided to, I was out of town. She got a lawn man to come just this once because we had people flying in from all over the place, friends, family, get the yard looking nicely, which they did, but they kind of went overkill and destroyed some of my plants. So we had some fallen soldiers over that weekend, which were the cilantro, a couple of tomato plants, an artichoke plant, and corn on the hill. Good news is that it looks like the artichoke and the corn, they're bouncing back. Those are hardy plants. I thought the artichoke 100% was going to be gone, but they're bouncing back, and I think they're going to be okay. I think the artichoke might not produce at the end of this year because it's set back pretty badly, but you never know. The artichoke in the container, though, is thriving. I need to do an update on Instagram of that. I'll actually have a garden update pretty soon. Probably next week I'll do a garden update, but the container artichoke is going crazy. It's awesome. Really, really excited about that because I love artichokes. I'm going to get more varieties for next year. Try to go a little crazy on the artichokes, but I'm really excited that they are doing really well. My tomatoes are doing really well as well. I got Cherokee Purples that are producing really, really well. Already has like 8 on the vine. Salsa, I have a determinate salsa tomato plant. It's doing really well. The beefsteak's starting to produce. It's growing. It's just been growing, but now it's starting to produce some tomatoes as well. And what else do I have? Black Prince is doing pretty well. So tomatoes are doing really well. My cucumbers are starting to they were stagnant. We had a late not really frost, but a late cold spell, and it kind of stunted their growth, but they are going crazy now. So I should have cucumbers in the near future. A lot of female flowers on my cucumbers, though. I tried to look actually earlier today for some male flowers to help pollinate, because with cucumbers you need to help the pollination. That way you have a better yield. You'll take the male flowers, which basically doesn't have a baby cucumber on it, and you'll get like a Q-tip or a little paintbrush or your finger, and basically take the pollen from that flower into the female flower, which has a baby cucumber, and that actually fertilizes it. So I was looking for that earlier today. Did not see any male flowers, but it's early in the season. I did, however, right next, I was almost giving up on it, but 2 Malabar spinach sprouts finally germinated. I planted like 10 seeds, and probably more than that. It was probably more like 20 seeds, because I just kind of I tried to grow them in a container, and it didn't germinate at all. I kind of gave up on it, but I got 2 sprouts, actually 3 sprouts. So I'm really excited about that, because Malabar spinach is very heat tolerant. It's really great, and it's a vining. I'm going to have it on the side of my house, and I'm really excited about that. Hopefully get a lot of spinach out of that. And yeah, the corn bounced back. I thought the corn's pretty hardy. It basically probably just set it back a week maybe, but they're looking good too. They bounced back pretty well from the run-in with the lawn man. But yeah, so that's a little mini garden update. And then basically no one really cares about, but last week work was really hectic. I had to go out of town a bunch for work, and then also I had a new store opening up. Had first-time store owners, and I had to go over a lot of opening orders with them. A lot of boring stuff. Long story short, it was very busy. So, but we're back to normal. Let's see. Back to normal. And so, yeah, work. I've been planning my brother's bachelor party, which is a month from today, actually. So a month from today, my brother is getting married in late July. We're doing a bachelor party for him in a month from now. So pretty excited about that. Picked out the venue, picked out the area, which would be in Austin, Texas. If you've never been, it's my favorite city in Texas. So yeah, we should have a blast there. And yeah, Mother's Day is right around the corner. I think we got a couple of Mother's Days planned over the weekend, so that'll be fun. Hope y'all all have a wonderful Mother's Day this weekend. And yeah, I guess that's a bit of the life update. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But yeah, busy, but busy's good. Garden, all in all, is doing really well. Oh, I have broccoli. Broccoli's doing really well too. Some of it started to bolt, so I'm about to pull those out. But I have 2 broccoli plants that I think I'm going to get a few good-sized broccoli heads out of. So I'm really excited about that. I love broccoli. Oh, and I have edamame. Edamame is coming out too as well, so that's really good. That's my wife's favorite. She loves edamame. All right. Oh, there. Speaking of mothers, Cindy in the house, aka Madre. Yeah, I think we're doing a little Saturday Mother's Day planned for that. Surprises in store. So anyway, we'll move on to what's for dinner. And I kind of just threw this together, but it is the perfect dish to throw together. It's one of my favorites. It's so quick and so delicious, so easy. It is shrimp scampi. It is so quick and so easy. And plus, you got to open up a little white wine. What? You just have to. So, I mean, it just ties everything together, because if you're running out of time, a little wine may help you out anyway. So anyway, what you're going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, give or take. I do a little extra. 3 cloves of garlic. You're going to mince those up. And you can add onion. I prefer shallots. So that's what I use. I use a smaller one. You don't need a huge one. You need half a cup of dry white wine. I usually use usually a Pinot Grigio is what I use, but Chardonnay is good too. And then you're gonna want some kosher salt. You're gonna want some ground black pepper. You're gonna want about a pound, might as well just get 2 pounds of shrimp, give or take. Depends on how much you're gonna make, but a pound, 2 pounds is good enough. You can never have too many shrimps. And then some parsley. Luckily, my parsley was not dismembered over that weekend, and I still have parsley, so I'd be good to go on the parsley train. You're gonna want some fresh squeezed lemon juice. About half of a good size of a lemon would be good. And then your favorite pasta. Cook the pasta how it tells you to on the package. And a little bit of Tabasco, a couple dashes of Tabasco. Emily wants me to tell you that we're having turkey sandwiches for dinner. Well, that's very good. I have a turkey sandwich almost every day, and they are delicious. I love turkey. I love turkey a lot. So anyway, in the preparation of this easy dish, what you're going to do in a large skillet, you're going to want to, and I know I use a lot of cast iron, but more acidic dishes, I usually use just a saucepan. So in this one, I would probably use a saucepan. In a large skillet, melt the butter with the olive oil and add the garlic and the shallot minced until they're translucent. Start to get the aromas out. Usually about a minute. And then you'll add, at that time, a little dash of Tabasco. You're going to add the wine. You're going to add the salt, the pepper. And you let it simmer for a couple of minutes. And then you add the shrimp and just get all those juices flowing together until they turn pink. Usually about 2 to 4 minutes. And at the same time, you got your pasta going on. Start the pasta beforehand. That way you got the boil. This is a really quick dish. The first thing you're going to want to do is start the water to boil, because you don't want to be ready to go and then you're still waiting on your water to boil. So always start the water to boil first. So anyway, you got your pasta going on, and then once you have the shrimp all ready to go, yeah, you just you get your dish, put the pasta on it, add this on top, and garnish with some parsley, and you are good to go. You can make your own garlic bread if you want to. Really easy, because you're going to have the parsley anyway. You just get one of those Italian loaves at your supermarket, cut it in half, melt some butter, and layer the butter on the open face, and add some crushed garlic, and add the parsley, and heat it, I don't know, probably around 350 degrees, or you can broil it too. That'd be kind of crazy. For, I don't know, keep an eye on it. It won't take long. And then you have some garlic bread. I just threw that in there. That's a freebie, guys. So yeah, shrimp scampi. Abigail loves that dish. It's really quick, really easy, and I mean, you just have to open up a bottle of white wine. Shucks. So anyway, that is what's for dinner this weekend. Again, if y'all have any dinner requests, anything that you'd like me to cook and make it a feature on the live stream, you can email those to me at theboneylife@gmail.com. Do you use anything to thicken the sauce for the scampi, or do you let it reduce? You let it reduce. You don't really need to add anything. The pasta will soak up everything else. So once you've cooked the shrimp for about 2 to 4 minutes, the pasta is gonna take whatever residuals around and coat the pasta really nicely. So yeah, you don't need to add anything to thicken it. the starches will do the thickening for you. But yeah. So you can email your recipes to theboneylife@gmail.com, and I will cook them. I've also thought about maybe doing like a short video of when someone requests something for me to cook, and just kind of do more of a vlog style of me cooking it. I don't know. Maybe that's going a little too far, but I think that would be a cool idea. So if you have any of your favorite recipes, make sure to send them to me, email them to me. If you have a topic that you'd like to have me discuss, you can email those to me as well. theboneylife@gmail.com. And Sarah, follow up to your question a few weeks ago. Yeah, plant your shrubs in your climate in the fall. That way they have a whole season to have the roots acclimate to the ground, and that way they can actually survive a nice hot summer like I know you have. So there we go, a little follow-up. So now we are open to the Q&A. If anyone has any burning questions or just anything at all, just shoot them my way, and we will get the discussion going. No problem. Anytime. Best of luck to you in that endeavor. Take a quick sip of water. Oh, no. Went down the wrong windpipe. We're good, though. We're going to make it. Oh, man. I made it. All right. I'm going to give it another like 30 seconds because I always end it, and then someone has a question, they throw it out there. So we're going to give it a little more time. Should probably get like a little jingle, like a Jeopardy jingle going during this time. Speaking of Jeopardy, oh no, it wasn't Jeopardy. I watched Wheel of Fortune for the first time in a long time, right before the show. The lady won a trip to South Africa. Looked to be amazing. Oh yeah. Oh, so I'm guessing that you're using the eggshells for calcium. So yeah, one thing about eggshells, you definitely want to. I've seen some people use like coffee grinders to basically make an eggshell dust and add that to the garden. But yeah, I can definitely see eggshells being homes for snails. Snails have been a not really a problem, but I definitely discovered some last weekend, and I think I nipped them all in the bud. All right. Let's see. Emily wants to know, how do you like to eat your turkey sandwiches? She likes her made with love. It's funny you mentioned that. I hate making turkey sandwiches, and so the love portion comes because I don't beg, but I definitely ask my wife, the Boney wife, to make my turkey sandwiches, because she does make them with love. Yeah. So I use I toast whole wheat bread. I get a little mustard on there, a little buffalo sauce, Colby Jack cheese, turkey, pickles. That's my turkey sandwich. Any ideas of curb snails? Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's BT that I use, and you gotta apply it after like every rain, because it once there's a heavy rain, it basically deactivates it. But yeah, they'll eat that, and they'll go off to a better place. I've heard people that would leave a dish of beer out. I've never tried that, but that tends to. I've been told that has them go to a gathering hole and they all kind of die. I've been told the eggshells should be baked a little bit to kill any salmonella or other nasties. Very, very good, and I bet they would. That would also make them easier to break down into a dust. Nice little tidbit there, Geeky Gardens. Appreciate that. I put mine in my compost pile to add back calcium. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I see the most people, their goal is to... I don't add too much eggshells. I am planning. I don't do compost yet, but I am planning on getting that started. I know I said that a long time ago. But I use for a lot of my calcium, I use garden lime, especially for my tomatoes and peppers. Cayenne pepper, sprinkle around them, we'll chase them off. I heard the beer. I haven't tried either, but I heard that that it works. But I haven't tried it either. But cayenne pepper, yeah, pepper spray has a lot of, especially if you're growing peppers. Making a pepper spray has a lot of advantageous effects. It can ward off a lot of different pests, so that is good to know as well. You can make a pepper spray as well. I don't know if the spray would work as well on the snails, but I mean that's a good thing to deter a lot of biting insects for sure. Just don't get in your eyes. Use with caution. Yeah. I can see that. Well, awesome, guys. Well, we're going to end it there. I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. We are back to our normal schedule, which is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays. And look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks again for the chats, for all the questions, being active. It really makes it really enjoyable to do the live stream. So again, I appreciate everyone, and if y'all have anything that you'd like to see on the live streams, send me an email at theboneylife@gmail.com, and we will get them on the show. Your favorite recipes, your favorite topics, whatever your heart desires, send it that way, and we will get it going. And until next time, plan to make something and make it amazing.